Yeah, peace. Welcome to another episode of the Yanadameen Godcast. I'm your host, Lord Jamar. Today's math is knowledge, all being born to wisdom. When you make others acknowledge your knowledge through your wisdom, meaning they acknowledge what you know through what you speak to them, through the wise words that you give to them. All right? Peace. Now, before we even get started, I need to make a retraction, okay? Last week on the show, I made the mistake of saying during the segment dealing with Ayanna Jackson and Tupac, I made the mistake of saying that Tupac was convicted for rape and tried by, his peers for rape, and this was incorrect. Tupac was not tried for rape. He was tried and convicted for sexual abuse. Okay? So I want to make that clear, and I also want to make clear that Tupac, to his dying day, says that it was not a crime. He did not commit this crime that he was convicted of, and he claimed his innocence to forever. So, I just want to make that clear. Pardon me for the misinformation at the time, but proper education always correct error. Peace. Now right about now, I got a real treat for y'all, because I'm gonna have one of my first interviews, okay, of a prestigious figure right here in the Yanadameen studios, on the Yanadameen Godcast. And I'm gonna bring this person in a minute. We're gonna sit down. I'm gonna talk to them a little bit about their career. But then they're going to sit up with me for the rest of the show, and we just going to build. They're going to be my co-host for the rest of the show. So stay tuned. We'll be right back. All right, we back. That's right. You see who I'm sitting with right about this time. If you don't know, now you know. Welcome in to the Yanadameen Godcast right about this time. Is the incomparable, the one and only, Rah Digga.
Rapto!
Okay, peace, my sister. How are you?
Peace, God.
Oh, man, it's great to have you here right about now.
It's good to be here.
Oh, man, we had talked a little while back.
Yes.
And, before I even started the Godcast, and I was like, you know what, you somebody that I feel like if I was gonna have somebody I might want to play off of, especially some female energy, you would really be that perfect person, because like your hip hop authenticity is impeccable. You know what I mean? Like you one of those female MCs that like dudes that don't really like female MCs like Rah Digga. You know what I mean? Like they like Rah Digga. They like.
And look, and on the flip side of that, girls were like, some girls that are really into the girl rap is like, she's too hard.
You see what I'm saying? Because in my opinion, this is more of a man's sport. That's something debatable. We could talk about that, but but at the same time, your shit is hard without being like,
Yeah.
Like
overkill.
Yeah, like some dyke rap or some shit, like, like, and that's the new shit.
I'm scared to ask Lord Jamar what is dyke rap, but no, I follow you.
You know what dyke rap is. You know what dyke rap is.
I follow you. I'm just.
Let's not even.
I'm busting your chops.
But I don't know what I was looking at, but I had saw you. It looked like you were doing like a radio show or something like that. And I was like, yeah, I could see Rah Digga as
recently?
I don't know. This was a little while ago. I don't know. I'm
like, normally
like
I'm offending somebody. Am I cussing somebody? No, I don't cuss people out, but was I talking my shit? And
I mean, you just looked like this could be a good medium for you.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And
okay.
So when I thought about, you know, especially how people have a dynamic where, you know, they have a male-female dynamic, like, you know, Charlemagne and, you know, Envy, they got, what's her name?
Angela
Yee, right. My man Sway, Heather B. That's what really, you know what I mean?
Oh, shouts out Heather B.
Heather
Jersey
B is so official.
Right.
And that's another one. You kind of remind me of her as far as your officialness.
Thank you.
You know what I mean?
I mean, hey, Jersey, yo, we the hardest, man. We just.
And just your authenticity and your hip hop knowledge. Look, you're teaching hip hop history. You out here making curriculums. So now you're on some mental shit, some cerebral shit, and I'm on that shit as well. So I think, you know, I mean, we're gonna kick it right now and see what's going on, but
on our hip hop scholarship.
Yeah, let's see what happens in the future, and you know, we're gonna listen to the comments and go into the comments and see how y'all feel about. Oh man, yeah, that was fucking dope. Lord Jamar, Rah Digga, y'all need to do that more. If that's what the fuck the people want to see, then that's what the fuck we're gonna give the people.
That's right. You know you're still supposed to get me #1 though. When I say I'm a strong second,
hey,
I stay getting cussed out on Twitter. I don't even care.
I think I was public enemy #1 for a little while, but then gradually, over time, people say, wait a minute. This guy's not just talking out his ass. Like this motherfucker actually is making some good points. And you got a lot of motherfuckers that hated me in the beginning that is riding with me right now. Yeah. Shout out to all my converts.
Shouts out.
You know what I mean?
Yo, you know what's so crazy? Whenever I go through it with like people on Twitter, because every now and then I get in my bag and I'll tweet something and I'll get cussed out for the rest of the day. But there'll be 99 people like, yo, Digga, we love you. That's right. Truth, speak, peace. But it'll be one person cussing you out, and I will go back and forth with that one person, right?
Know, but
look, the followers be like, yo, Rah, fuck that.
Yeah, exactly.
And don't pay them no more.
Why let that one? Because there's like, always going to be that.
But I will not stop until I convert that one.
But see,
look, by the time I get done with that one, they my friend. Look,
that's
they following
what's called
me.
a troll. See, I had to learn,
right.
like, what a troll is. Like, we didn't grow up with shit like that. Like, trolls. You had to find out that there's people out on the internet that their specific job is to try to get under your skin and get a response out of you.
Oh, yeah.
They don't give a fuck. Like, if you cursing them out and all that type of shit, they're happy for that. Like, that makes them happy. Like, oh shit, he answered me.
No, I don't block them. I don't mute them, and I don't engage. Like, I'm not combating.
Well,
with
I'll send a motherfucker to the block party fast.
I'm like, why? Why? Tell me why you feel that way.
I'll send your bitch ass to the block party fast.
Like, I'll have them just contradicting their own selves to the point where they'll be like, you know what? You're right. You got me. Hi, Digga. I'm like, yes, I won.
So, we're going to go into current events right about now.
Okay.
And, you know, this is one that when I spoke to you yesterday,
I said,
you were like, are we going to talk about...
I know you're going to talk about this.
Are we going to talk about Richard Pryor? Oh, my goodness. So this week in current events, we had some bombs dropped by your man Quincy Jones. Okay? Quincy Jones, in an article that he did with, what's it called, Vulture?
Vulture.
Quincy Jones dropping bombs, talking about Michael Jackson was a music thief, that he done thief music from Donna Summer, yeah? Mm-hmm. Apparently, is that Marlon Brando had sex with James Baldwin, who's not a big surprise because we knew he was a homosexual, Marvin Gaye, where, you know, to keep it a buck, I've heard rumors about this man.
That I never heard anything.
I've heard rumors about Marvin, that Marvin may have been gay. But what I did not hear, and whom I've never heard rumors about, and apparently is also on this list, is Richard Pryor.
Yeah, and you know what's crazy about that? Because when I was reading it, you know, he was talking about Marlon Brando, but he's like, yeah, you know, he'd fuck anything.
Right.
You know, a mailbox. And then he named these names. He was like, Richard Pryor, Marvin Gaye. And James Baldwin. When I read it, at first, I thought he was just naming other people who were wilding like that. I didn't make that correlation until the interviewer said, wait, are you trying to say Marlon Brando had sex with them? And then he
said, hell yeah, that motherfucker fuck anything.
Yeah, so
But it was so random how the motherfucker even brought it up.
Do you think it was tasteless? I think it was a little tasteless.
Well, definitely, because first of all, you know,
and you know, for the record, the utmost respect for Quincy. I just have a problem with people, you know, divulging things once people have passed.
Well, like that's what I'm saying, and I was like 3 people in a row. Like they're all gone.
Right, like some secrets people want to take to the grave, like they're in the grave. Just
and here's my thing, like first of all, before he even said that, he's talking about Marlon Brando like he wanted to blow him. He's fucking talking like, yo, he's the most charming motherfucker I ever met. Like, really? Like, I don't know how, like, dudes that I'm like, yo, this is the most charming motherfucker I ever met. So my thing is, did he fuck you too, Quincy?
Well, well, in Quincy's defense, he's an R&B dude. You know, their swag, their vocab, a little different. So maybe charming. Look, hey, bro.
Did he fuck you too, Quincy?
Bro, I'm trying to give Quincy the benefit of a doubt here.
Nah, fuck the bullshit, because he was there.
But it's crazy, that he got these details.
And all I'm saying is, because he probably did. He probably did, because there's been rumors about Quincy for the longest time. Let's keep it a buck.
But see, he's not going to put that out. Like, he's going to, I mean...
And that's what I'm saying.
We don't want him to pass away.
That's what I'm saying.
Somebody's going to have all the tea about Quincy.
So you're very free with giving information about other people, but you didn't put yourself in that mix, in that fucking list, and you know goddamn well you on that fucking list, Quincy.
And that's why I thought it was tasteless. Like, all right, if you're gonna spill some secrets,
spill some shit about yourself
spill
too.
your own secrets.
Although he tried to spill one, said that he fucked Ivanka Trump, Trump's daughter, like recently, like not like a few years ago, like not even that long ago, like.
He said she got the most beautiful legs he's ever
seen. I don't know. My thing is,
you was dropping some gems in that interview though, Quinn. The music, everything. I was with you.
Hold up. Don't try to. Let's talk about what we really need to talk about right now.
Let's talk about it.
Whether it was tasteless or not, he dropped the bomb about my homie Richard. You see, like for somebody that's from my generation, Richard Pryor is the funniest motherfucker that ever lived. Like no comic epitomized black humor in the 70s and some of the 80s more than Richard Pryor. Like, this man was a comic fucking genius and a hero to many. So to hear that, you know, cause Rich seemed like a cool cat. You know what I mean? Rich seemed like he wasn't about no shit like that. But it turns out even his wife verified this, that Richard Pryor was bisexual, and according to her, he would have laughed about this, that it came out and thought it was funny. I don't know how how funny some of us feel about this, you know, knowing that one of our heroes was not necessarily who we thought he was.
Okay, let me just chime in, because I do know your stance on homosexuality. So but let me just chime in with this. I think there was a time in history, you know, 60s, Woodstock, you know, moving into the 70s, free love, everything goes.
I don't think that was for everybody though. That was a real white people concept. Black people in general wasn't on no free love shit at that time.
It was, but if you were a black person in entertainment, the worlds did intertwine. They did.
Yeah. They did. Yeah. So, especially if you're getting money and you traveling in them freaky circles. That happens to this day.
Right. So you know, so for the blacks that were in entertainment and getting money, you know, a lot of the things that were a green light for, you know, the white community, some of the black artists indulge, and I mean, we're even seeing.
Where you think Bill learned how to give broads quaaludes?
And that's where I'm going with this.
Okay.
Like the backlash.
Where you think Bill learned that?
And that's exactly where I was going with. I was about to use him as an example. Bill Cosby, like the backlash that he's getting now, and you know, it's never okay to to drug
but
and
he
rape
learned that from
women,
his white friends.
But that is, you know. That was a society norm at that time. And while it doesn't excuse it, you know, it's just how it was. Like, there are things today, like I'm pretty sure in the future, you know, years from now, people are going to look back at this generation like, who the fuck thought it was okay to drink some shit until you convulse into a seizure? Like, you know, it was just that time. So since that was happening, you know, it was cool. I mean, I'm not going to say it was cool. It was just what it was. It was just what it was. So let me ask you this. Being that, okay, I do know your stance, does it make him any less funny to you? Like, do you think his jokes are less funny?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I know how to separate someone's personal life from their artistry. You know who taught me that?
Who?
Prince.
So,
you see, because I didn't like Prince's style coming up. You know what I mean? He got record covers where he's laid out looking like a woman, butt ass naked, like I don't want to see that type of shit. Like that look like some real fruity tooty shit. Although, yes, I know Prince was getting mad broads and all this type of shit. You don't have to tell me, but I just didn't like.
You didn't like the presentation?
Yeah, I didn't like the presentation. Okay. It was real funny style to me. But could I appreciate his music? Did I know that he was a musical genius and this motherfucker played every fucking instrument that fucking existed and can produce and all of that type of shit? Of course I knew that and I appreciated that. And so so he was one of those that, you know, I guess Michael Jackson too. And I mean the later Michael Jackson, because the young Michael Jackson, we all was fucking with him. You know what I mean? But it wasn't until this, you know, after the Off the Wall album, which again is the greatest Michael Jackson album of all time. Fuck Thriller and all that. That was the white people's album. The black people's album was Off the Wall. But anyway, so I know how to separate somebody's personal deeds or style or even political leanings from their artistry. If you a bad motherfucker, you a bad motherfucker. Like what's your man?
So let that be.
What's your man? The dude, the white boy from House of Cards that fucked up
Kevin
recently.
Spacey.
Kevin Spacey. This nigga. Now I always knew he looked a little fruity, fishy, or whatever, but I always also knew that this motherfucker's a hell of an actor.
Right.
And I can't front on this motherfucker. I don't give a fuck. Like, if he's persecuting men out here, that's what the fuck he does. But I know he's a bad motherfucking actor. So I say that to say, you know, Rich is still one of my heroes, but
you just feel away.
But that is, I'm gonna say, it's disappointing to me to find out. To be honest, to me, that's disappointing. Like, I didn't want to know that. But although I guess he gave us some clues, because Richard is the author of "You Look So Good, I'll Suck on Your Daddy's Dick." That's where Biggie got that from. Mm-hmm. Okay, so you know, that was a suspect joke right there. And if we keep it 1,000, we gotta keep it 1,000.
Let me.
Don't we need to keep it 1,000? All right, if we keep it 1,000, this man Paul Mooney, he's a funny motherfucker too, but he's always been a little suspect to me. He always seemed a little light in the loafers. You know what I mean? Now it kind of makes sense, because they was writing buddies and all of that. If Rich was bisexual, you know, I'm sure
we'll be hearing about it after he passes
away. That him and Mr. Mooney, Mr. Mooney was mooning motherfuckers out here.
I'm curious. I'm actually curious to know what was the motivation behind even like disclosing that information, because it didn't.
Because he's at the end of his life and you don't give a fuck.
It didn't really seem pertinent to the interview. Like,
he's 80-something years old. He don't give a fuck.
Especially at that like point in the, you know, at that phase of the interview.
And he's done so much. He's got.
It just seems so random.
I don't give a fuck money. He's at that I don't give a fuck age.
Right.
But yet he still give. Why is this dog running up and down by itself right now? So he got that I don't give a fuck money. He's got that he's at that I don't give a fuck age. Like, why would he care? You know what I mean? Like why would he feel like ain't nobody gonna touch me? Like, it is what it is. Like, you know. But like we said previously, if you're gonna tell on motherfuckers, tell on yourself too.
Yeah, it's like okay, if you're at that point, then yeah, let's, you know, air some of your dirty laundry. Why? I think that's the only problem that I have with the interview. Like, why are you airing everybody else's stuff? Especially, okay, the Michael Jackson story made, you know, the Michael Jackson stuff made sense. You're speaking of a direct, you know, music situation, working with him musically. Even the you know, what the comments he made about the Beatles, like, that stuff made sense. He saw when I was in the studio with the Beatles, Ringo was trash. Mm-hmm. You know, like, those stories, you know, in those instances, that made sense.
Yeah, that was a better type of story,
like,
right.
Like, if you're gonna air it out,
that's about music too.
Right, like air it out as it like correlates to, you know, the gems that you're dropping in between. Like, it just seemed way left. Like, oh yeah, and by the way, Marlon Brando was
First of all, he was talking about music, and he was like, oh, you know what, this nigga could cha-cha. He started talking about he could cha-cha dance, and he went from that to saying he's the most charming nigga you ever met, he'll fuck a mailbox, to he fucked all of these niggas.
Right. It was just so left, and it was like, why? And I'm reading it, and I'm like, he sounds, you know, I mean, he doesn't sound like inebriated or anything. Like, he sounds very clear and coherent.
Here's the
with
thing.
It's
funny because you know how everything goes in a circle and basically comes back around. So,
you know, are there parts of the interview that led up to that got edited out? Because I don't, you know, we always got to look at the.
You were talking earlier about how, you know, the entertainers, and they were around certain people, and, you know, I'm like, yeah, they're around these white boys, and, you know, they were fucking with these drugs, and well, what do you think a lot of these new rappers and R&B dudes are doing now? They're hanging out in in fucking circles that they weren't necessarily hanging out in before,
right.
doing the kind of drugs that they necessarily wasn't fucking with before. Like, you can't tell me, like, niggas wasn't fucking with pills like this before. Like, all of a sudden, all this pill popping shit, like
the opioids and
yeah, and like, what kind of mindset does that get you into? You see what I'm saying? Like when Richard's wife was talking about the fact that he did fuck the nigga, Marlon Brando. She was like, yeah, the coke was good back then. Like, the drugs were good. Like, these people weren't in their right mind, is what the fuck she was trying to tell us. And neither is these motherfuckers. So is this the type of shit that these niggas is happening? We gonna find out that, you know what I mean? These motherfuckers is laying down with whoever the top motherfucker is right now. I don't even know.
I will say this. I think in that era, like the white people were clearly dominating entertainment, and I feel like there were select black people that like broke through and broke out.
It's still that way right now.
It's still that way, but I think specifically with hip hop, I feel like we are more the driving force with hip hop, and I feel like the white kids are trying to get into, you know, they're emulating us more than we're emulating them, whereas once upon a time I feel like it was the opposite.
It's going both ways though, definitely.
Oh yeah, well,
like especially when
I think nowadays there is no barrier. It's like you got white kids turning into crazy little black kids, you got black kids turning into crazy little white kids. Like, there is no, you know,
and that's what's happening because it's like you know, once these niggas start getting some money and shit, right?
Yeah, they're rock stars. Everybody's a rock star.
The white people can now tell you, oh, well, once you get money, this is what you're supposed to do. This is how you're supposed to act. These are the drugs you're supposed to take.
These are what your girlfriend is supposed to look like.
And, oh, okay. This is that money shit. I mean, that's what pulled niggas in to coke back in the days. Like, that was a rich man's drug.
Right.
We wanted to do some fly shit. So, originally, coke was sold to us as some cool...
That was clearly, you gotta have money.
You got to have money.
We turned it into some nigga shit. And we started cooking it
But
up.
then they did the bait and switch. And did the crack. No, they did the bait and switch on us because Richard Pryor was freebasing. That wasn't crack. That was cooking up coke. But that was different than cooking up crack. So once it turned into crack from the freebase, it was just a totally different animal. Like, you know what I mean? They couldn't fight the shit. But, you know, again, this story, when I heard it, it definitely was...
I mean, I'll be honest, it didn't make me look at Richard or Marvin different. It almost made me look at Quincy different. Like, wow, like you know, like, why you doing that? Well, for me, it definitely made me look at Richard different. And, you know, I'm curious, you know, there was a lot of comedians and actors that were like fighting over the role, trying to get the role of Richard Pryor. Mike Epps, what's my man wilding out? Nick Cannon, as well as I believe some others. Of course, now that this is out the bag, know Hollywood's gonna write this into the motherfucking be in the story.
Script. Would these people, would they still be as eager to play Richard Pryor, knowing that they might have to have a scene where, you know, they're fucking blowing Marlon Brando? What do you think? Because that would definitely change it for me. Like, whoa, I wanted to play Rich in this movie, but I didn't know I was gonna have to blow Marlon Brando in the movie.
I think it would be a challenging role, but you know, acting is acting. Like you just have to be.
Is it?
You have to be committed to the part. I mean, hey,
that's what they tell you. See, that's the game. That's the gas that they tell you. Like, let me tell you something. And I mean, you know, you've done stuff, and I've done stuff as well. Okay, there's shit that I just will not do. Like, this shit I will not go for. Like, when they were doing The Wire, they called me in to audition for Omar. I wouldn't even go. Cause I'm reading the shit, I'm like, oh, this character's dope. He seemed gangster. I'm ready. And it gets to the end. Oh, he got a boyfriend, he kisses the nigga. What?
But at the same time, but it doesn't make me look at Michael Kennedy any less.
Listen,
like,
first of all, that's my homie. Michael Kenneth Williams, that's the homie. He was the right one to play he had the heart to play that. I'm saying for me, I couldn't do that because at the end of the day, we could say we're playing a character, but like when my son looks at me on TV and says, "Daddy, is that you kissing the man?" I'm supposed to say, "No, that wasn't me. That was a character." Like, no, it really was me. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, I can say it was a character to try to make myself feel better about it, but at the end of the day, me as a man, if I played that character, would have to put my lips or tongue and all this type of shit in another man's mouth and all that type of shit. And that's really you. That's really you. Like, that's like saying porn actresses are not really having sex because they're actresses. Right? Like, they're really having sex. And they're playing characters.
Yeah,
but they're really doing it.
And they say cut, and they wrap it up, and they go home to their real husbands and real wives.
And that hardly ever works because who the fuck wants to have a porn star as their fucking,
It happens.
Yeah, it happens.
Everyone deserves. I'm being devil's advocate just because I'm co-hosting.
You can be that. I'm just saying.
Everyone deserves love.
Hey, I hear you, but we know that's a fucking line too. Like, everybody does deserve love, but if you want to deserve love, you should be worthy of love, and you shouldn't do shit that shouldn't do a lot of hoe shit that fucking fucks that up for you. So I'm just curious, would that change people's minds? Cause Mike Epps, he a real nigga. Like I
mean, I'll be honest.
Mike Epps, first time I seen this motherfucker. He asking me for a blunt and all kind of shit. I know he's not so.
I'm trying to
eager to play. To do a scene like that.
I'm trying to think what the role was. There was something that I read for, and in the audition, I was supposed to tongue kiss Jessica Alba.
Yikes.
It's Jessica Alba, ladies and gentlemen. I couldn't do it. I was like...
Why?
Because I just did not feel comfortable putting my lips on another woman. But that, that was me.
Right.
And so then I'm on the way home from the audition, I'm like, damn, who's to say that this wasn't the role that would have catapulted me to...
And that's the mind fuckery.
To great heights and,
That's the mind fuckery that gets you to do the shit in the first place.
I really beat myself up about that for a while. Like, damn, like this could have been the one to thrust me.
And that's how the industry fucks with your morals.
But
it has you do things...
I'm like, but I'm not kissing no bitch. I'm sorry.
Right.
I'm sorry, I'm not doing it.
It has you doing things that you're not morally comfortable doing, and for fame or fortune or whatever the case may be, and only people with a certain fortitude, a certain...
I was gonna say because I don't want to say
a certain constitution.
It's like it's almost a bravery thing, because I don't want to say that the actors that are doing that, are suspect, or, it's not about that. Like, I just think it takes a certain heart. Like, it takes a certain heart. It takes a certain bravery to be able to just really, like, mentally block that out and go there. And I didn't have it. And, whether that was the role that would have been like my next big shit after 13 Ghosts. So, You know, can I say that would have been the role to take me there? I don't know. I just know I wasn't kissing no broad. And I'm gonna just leave it at that.
Well, let's leave it at that.
You know, the scale can go either way.
Alright, well, check it. Right about now, we getting ready to go into a new cartoon by my man Carlito's Way. He actually took an excerpt from one of my albums, from the In God We Trust album, and he took the meaning of the 5% skit that I had on there with Farrakhan explaining, you know, what the meaning of the 5% and who the 5% are. So right about now, we about to get into this cartoon real quick by my man Carlito's Way, hiphopcartoons.ca, and let's get into that.
Now, you gotta wake up, Israel. You're in a docile state of mind. When you wake up, the white man knows he's finished.
All right, so we're back. That was another conscious cartoon from my man, hiphopcartoons.ca, Carlito's Way. Check him out. Go subscribe to his page and all of that. He do dope work. He got some dope shit.
Word.
So, today is the 11th. In a few days, we have coming up what many people celebrate. It's called Valentine's Day. So today's Did You Know? I'd like it to be about Valentine's Day and the origins of Valentine's Day.
Break it down, Lord Cypher God.
What? Now, first of all, do you celebrate Valentine's Day? Like, is that something that you're into?
When I have a Valentine. It's really,
why?
It's just
like why do you celebrate it?
You know what? It's honestly, it's just another day for me. I think maybe it might have been a big deal maybe some years ago. Now it's just like whatever. I don't do it. Like there's nothing special that I'm doing on this day that I don't do any other day. But I recognize that it's a holiday full of red and pink shit and everybody throwing around chocolate. So
right.
It's cute.
Did you ever give your man a fucking problem? Like, you didn't give me no motherfucking chocolate and all this bullshit. You didn't give me a card. How dare you? It's Valentine's Day. I wanted to spend the day with you.
Maybe a couple times. I think a couple times. Maybe like in my 20s. A couple times back then. Or I think nowadays Valentine's Day really signifies like who's the main chick and who's the... I think everybody learns on Valentine's Day exactly what their placement is in a man's life. That's when you learn if you're the main chick or the side chick or either one or just a whole third alternate bitch. That's really what Valentine's Day signifies.
Well, in
real life. Hey.
As as the Did You Know for this week, we're gonna take you into the origins of Valentine's Day. Basically, they have nothing to do with any kind of African origins. This is all Roman.
Most holidays we celebrate are pagan holidays anyway.
Well, I don't like to throw that word pagan around because sometimes what they call as pagan are actually African religions.
True,
so we gotta be careful.
We gotta be careful even using that terminology.
But back in the days, on February 13th, the Romans would celebrate a feast called Lupercalia. Okay, and this was basically a savage feast where they'd run around butt-ass naked and, through the streets, and men would sacrifice goats and dogs, and they whipped women with the hides of animals that had been slain. And the women wanted to get whipped because they believed getting whipped would make them more fertile, and bring about fertility. But one of the more famous
incidents
of Valentine's Day, and this
specifically happened on February 14th. This is why that day was
selected.
Well,
Lupercalia was celebrated on the 13th.
Mm-hmm.
So now a lot of times they'll have to sometimes mix when they try to introduce something new. They'll use something that already exists, and they'll just kind of smash the two together, and 13th, 14th, it's close enough, you know what I mean? So so you had actually more than one priest back then named Saint Valentine, or a Catholic priest named Valentine. They're saying this is in the 5th century when Pope Gelasius actually mixed this Valentine's Day with the Lupercalia. But supposedly there was a time when marriage was banned. Okay, marriage was banned because the emperor at that time felt like the soldiers would fight better if they were single, if they didn't have families and all that type of stuff.
If they weren't constantly having sex.
That too, which will drain some of your fighting spirit. So marriage was outlawed. But now here you got this smart ass named Valentine who's running around secretly marrying people, on the low. He ended up being imprisoned and killed and all this type of shit. Right. Now they say one of the, I don't know if it's a myth but one of the things that go with this story is that, some of the people that he married illegally, they went and round up those men, killed them, cut their hearts out, put it in a box, and sent it to the women.
Wow.
Sent it to the wives.
Ladies and gentlemen, your box heart candy.
Your box of heart candy. This is what you're fighting for.
And this is Roman history, by the way. This
is
in theory or conjecture. This is fact. This
right,
is
right.
Fact.
So, you know, over time, I guess it morphed, and it really took hold here in this country during the 19th century. And in 1913, the Hallmark card is what really made Valentine's Day go through the roof.
Put the stamp.
They knew how to market this day. And they made a lot of money off of it, and they put it into the hearts and minds of a lot of men and women that this day was a day about love as opposed to murder and sacrifice and, you know, drunken feasts and knocking women over the head and dragging them away.
Right. All of that history got it right. I think Shakespeare had a hand in that. Once he started romanticizing the day through his work, then I think the rest of Europe and everyone just started, you know, getting brainwashed into Valentine's Day is Love Day, kind of like forgetting, you know, the previous gory history that it had. So,
well, today Valentine's Day is big business.
Yes.
And according to...
I better get some damn flowers and candy. That's what I do now.
According to a research firm, Ibis World, Valentine's Day sales reached $17.6 billion last year. And this year's sales are expected to total $18.6 billion.
Wow.
That's a lot of fucking bunny eggs, a lot of fucking Cadbury bunnies and chocolate hearts and cards and FTD florists and
it's a lot.
Fucking train and plane tickets to go see you know, all of that.
A lot of pink and red.
A lot of pink and red. Well, that's this week's Did You Know?
Happy Valentine's Day!
Hey, yo, check it out. Check it out. February 23rd, NJ Pack, The Art of Rap presents The History of Rap, featuring Bone Thugs and Harmony, EPMD, Nori, Big Daddy Kane, Onyx, Brand Nubian, Mr. Cheeks, Roxanne Shante, with music by the finisher, Mr. C. That's right, February 23rd, NJ Pack. Get your tickets at Ticketmaster now. Peace.
Lovebug Starski died.
Are you serious?
Oh.
Yeah, that's just what.
Just now?
What?
That's what the guard just texted me. Yeah.
Whoa!
I'm like, oh shit!
He just hit me with that.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Lovebug Starski.
Get the fuck out.
According to Wikipedia, Lovebug Starski was an American MC,
Was.
musician, and record
It's
producer.
official. As soon as you see the word was, that's when I...
Suddenly passes away. Oh, shit. Wow.
Yeah. Damn.
I guess let's... Wow. We just caught the real...
Everything on it.
We just caught the real reaction, to be honest.
Whoa!
Ladies and gentlemen, we just found out that the legendary Lovebug Starski passed away. You know, let's have a little moment of silence for the brother. Wow, rest in peace, my brother. Apparently, my man Lovebug, born Kevin Smith, suddenly passed away at the age of 57 in Las Vegas. Wow. That is
I'm gonna cry later in the car.
that's
I'm not gonna cry right now. I'm gonna cry later. The pioneers. Every time I get news like this, especially somebody who's
I feel like I saw Starski not too long ago. Within the last 2 years, I'd say I saw him at one of these shows, and he was always the type of brother. Smile, good energy, you know what I mean? Shit, I remember back in the days when he was doing a little bit of promoting. He even booked us a few times. I remember some shows that he booked us up in like New Haven, Connecticut or some shit like that. Wow. Yeah. That's something to hear, y'all.
Vibe killer, kind of.
I mean, we taped this particular episode on a Thursday. I know it comes out on Sunday, but we just got this news.
Like we literally just got the news on air, like
super fresh. So it's gonna be a couple days old by the time you see this, but we received this. I mean, like literally
when it
breaking news.
Like 23 minutes ago.
So yeah, once again. Shout out my man.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace. Lovebug Starski. Peace.
Digga in the house. He told y'all
Look at all
on
those flames.
Sunday.
Gorgeous Gem said flames.
Peace.
All right, well check it out. I got my guest co-host Rah Digga.
What up?
Digga. What's your motherfucking name?
Digga. Oh,
and who you rolling with?
I was actually gonna do a mixtape one time, just take all Jay-Z songs and everywhere he said Jigga, I was just gonna put Digga. I should have did that.
That's an idea.
Maybe it's not too late.
Maybe it's not.
Oh, this is a good side over
you
here.
See that? You see all of that? First of all, might I say, your nails are fucking impeccable.
Oh, thank you.
Like, goodness gracious, them shits look like smooth glass. All right, let's see who we got up in the house. Who wants to get in with Rah Digga and I? Well, this guy was here already. I'm gonna go to the only Chris you know.
Hey.
What up? Okay.
What's up?
Peace.
What up, though?
What it do?
How's it going?
What's happening, bro? Where you hitting us from?
I'm hitting up from Atlanta.
Ah, that's what's up.
Okay.
ATL.
Lord Jamar, big fan, Rah Digga.
What up, baby?
Touch remix.
Okay.
Still to this day.
Okay.
That's what's up, man.
I'm a little spit of myself and all that, so I mean, I
Nice.
love what y'all do. All I want to say is keep doing what y'all do. And do y'all have any advice for young artists that's trying to come up?
I'll let you answer that first.
Okay. Well, the one thing I like to tell all artists, when people tell you bars don't matter, don't believe them. Bars are everything. So, trust me, when you can come out on a stage 10 years, 15 years, 20 years from now and spit, that's when you know you have a successful career. Longevity is everything. So,
That's important.
bars.
I appreciate it.
And then
Thank you so much.
to add on to that, I would say originality. Find out who you are. Stop trying to be the motherfucker that you heard on the radio yesterday. You understand what I'm saying? Find your own voice, your own style, and you know what I mean? Make yourself that shit instead of trying to be somebody else.
Yeah. Don't follow a trend. Don't follow a trend. Don't ride a wave. Create one. Create your own.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what I've been trying to do because I make my own beats and everything. So I just
Nice.
trying to come up with something different. But at the same time, I've been trying to, you know, give them something lyrical, but kind of place it over some nice trap.
Oh, yeah.
Type of bounce so it can kind of relate to them, but still give them a message at the same time. That's really been my goal and what everything I've been trying to do. So, yeah. So,
That's dope.
Well, I wish you the best in all your endeavors, and you know what I mean? Do your thing, young man.
I didn't know it was going to get on, so I'm kind of anxious, a little nervous.
Nah, it's all good, homie. It's all good. We all family here, bruh. We all family.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And I love your Lord Jamar. I love your black interviews and everything. They're really impactful. I want to say keep doing it, man. People like me in Atlanta and everywhere, they're loving it, and we really appreciate what you got to say. It's very important to young people like me. I'm 22.
Wow.
But what you're saying, it resonates so much, and I just want to say keep doing it, man. Keep doing it. And Rah Digga, keep staying blessed. I want to hear some more music from you real soon.
You will.
You got some heat ready.
You will. I promise.
Rate the bars. Okay, cool. I watch you on the rate the bars, so I know you got some ready.
That's right.
Yeah.
Well, that's what's up, man. Thanks.
Opportunity.
What'd you say? Go ahead. What'd you say?
I said thank you for the opportunity.
Oh, absolutely, bro. Thank you for hitting us up and keep coming back through, and you know what I mean?
Always. I'm here every live. Every time you see me, I know you be seeing my requests. I'm up in there.
That's what's up. I appreciate you, bro.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Peace.
Yes, sir.
Now, okay, that's how they do it. Forget the remove.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Lord Jamar got plenty of wisdom. I love hearing his thoughts as well. Why, thank you, sir.
You got static in the
That's coming from the phone. I might have to turn the speakers off.
Yeah, that's do that.
I thought that was a dog snoring.
That is him snoring too. Snoring in the.
We got a whole ass pit bull in here snoring away. Any females out there? We need some females to chime in.
Oh yeah, we love when the females hit us up. They hit us up last time. Oh hey, what up, Herb Alchemist? I don't know why you're not shouting us out. All right, we're gonna go to Ali Kareem Jerome, cause he's been waiting. I see you, Alchemist.
Yeah, that's me for real. Somebody answers that me for real. Yes, it's me for real. Nah, it's a twin.
It's
a
Rah
clone.
Digga for fake.
It's a clone.
Peace.
Peace, God.
Peace to the God on this bill day, man. And salute to you, man. Salute to you too, Queen. I'm such a fan of both of y'all. Like, word is born.
Thank you.
And also to say, I got a podcast myself called the Top 5 Dead or Alive Podcast. We talk about all things pop culture.
Okay.
Rating system from 5 to 1, 1 to 5. We had one recently where we list top 5 female MCs. A lot of people chimed in. It was like, yo, Digga is definitely one of the top 5 female MCs in the hip hop culture. So
Give me your top 5 rappers right now.
rappers, period.
Yup. Of all time.
I'm from that 90s era, so of course it's Big J, Nas, Tupac, and maybe Pun. You know what I mean? But
Okay.
Nice.
flexible with it as well. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I listen to the young boys too, so it's all up.
Okay, as long as you didn't say Eminem, you're good with me, bruh.
Oh. Stop that. He's in my top 5.
Is he?
Yeah.
Well, that's because you a girl. You don't understand.
Because I'm a girl.
You don't understand. That's 'cause
I don't
you're a
know
girl.
any better. I'm just a girl.
You look at- Huh?
It's all up. That's okay. It's all up. It's all up.
Nah, we just be fucking around up here.
Yeah, man. BK to the fullest, BK all day.
Oh, that's where you at? You in BK?
Huh? Pardon?
You in BK?
Yeah, I'm from Brooklyn, Crown Heights, Brooklyn, all day.
Crown Heights, that's what's up. My cousin from Crown Heights, St. John's, shout out.
Oh, shout out St. John, shout out Rogers Ave, shout out Nostrand Ave, Eastern Parkway, all of that.
Yes, sir, yes, sir, yes,
Split,
sir.
is that Split Star in the house?
Is that-
Steezy? I thought I saw Split Steezy pop
Probably,
up
he
in the
might be on there.
comments. Hey, Steezy.
Well, yo,
Can
what's up?
I shout out my book? I wrote a book as well. Can I shout it out?
Absolutely, you writing books? We love books up here. Go ahead.
No doubt, man. I'm on some hip-hop shit, superhero hip-hop shit. It's called Kickin' the Kids. Enter the Rapscallion. I'll send one to the both of y'all.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah, one.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's a dope little story about some kids who get superpowers on the 5 elements of hip hop. So each one of them represents the 5 elements of hip hop. It's a dope read, man. For the kids.
It sounds dope.
Where can people get that at?
You can get it on Amazon. Just type in Kickin the Kids into the Rapscallion. It's on Amazon. It's on Kindle. My IG page. Shit, I get in my little truck and deliver it to people. You know what I mean? That's how we do.
I'm copying. You know what? I don't even want you to send me a copy. I'm going to Amazon and I'm going to buy it. I'm going to support.
Peace, Queen. I appreciate that.
Maybe that's something you can use in your curriculum at your school, man.
Yeah, I would love to. I'm going to cop that tonight.
Well, yo, that's dope, bro. Keep doing your thing and DM me or something with the information or some shit like that. You know what I mean?
For sure. I definitely will.
I appreciate you hitting us up, bro.
All right, peace, dog.
Salute.
Peace. Who's up in here? Top 5.
Female, Shantae, Remy, I see Digga, Latifah, and Lauren. That's a nice, strong 5. That's a dream team 5.
Now, how does it feel for, people to put you up there with some of the greatest female MCs? Like,
I mean, honestly, that was always the goal for me. Like, people bug when I say, like, it never was about, like, sales or commercial success for me. Like, my motivation has always been, like, the lyrics to prove to people that, like, I was, like, the nicest on the mic. Now, naturally, we got bills to pay. Yes, we're not just all doing this for sport, but it really, like, integrity was always first and foremost for me. I definitely, when I collaborate with people, like, I always want to have the grimiest outcome possible. Like, when I hook up with, like, perfect example, like when I did the joint with Kim, we did the Rockwaller over. I was like, yo, I got an idea. You Brooklyn, I'm Jersey. I'm gonna be red, you be meth, we gonna do the Rockwaller. Like, like, these are the collaborations that I think of. Like, I'm never thinking of, what singer can we put on the hook and climb the Billboard charts. Like, that's not really my, I don't have a long list of Billboard hits and things like that. Like, I really take pride in, like, being the grimiest on the record.
See, for me, my motivation was always to build.
Right.
Like you never hear me get on a record and act like, yo, I'm the illest MC in the world. Like, I think I'm the nicest. I never wanted to be one of those MC. I never wanted to be a battle MC. I never wanted to be like one of these MCs that just feel like, yo, I'm just crazy, iller than everybody else. Like, my goal was to say some fly shit and teach motherfuckers while I'm saying it. Like, that was my motivation. Like, and just like you said, it's not even about money and all that. And I had small goals when I first came into this shit. Like, I just want to hear my shit on the radio.
I wanted to host Yo MTV Raps. I just wanted to be on Yo MTV Raps with 2 backup dancers.
I wanted to be, as a DJ, I wanted to be able to scratch my own voice. That's it. I wanted to be on Yo MTV Raps, and I wanted to battle people, but I also wanted to, like, insert vocabulary words in there. Like, I had somebody tell me that I taught them the difference between a stalactite and a stalagmite in a rhyme. Like, yo, I learned the difference in those 2 words from such and such verse. Like, I was always, like, slipping vocabulary words. And even in tight, where I say I decompose rappers to the bone, down to their X and Y chromosome. Like, in the midst of talking about battling rappers, I'm still trying to insert pieces of when people see this episode, they're gonna find out that you had a scholarship, okay, and it wasn't no sports scholarship. So
I got a 1340.
I'm sure you got all kind of stalactites
out of 1600 on my SATs. I was in that top percentile. I was not playing with them.
Okay, I'm trying to get Record Worldwide on right now.
Never mind.
I know you see me
in
my winter white looking all godly and shit. No.
I got bars for eons.
Peace.
Really just make it into wow.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, you here.
That's
You,
crazy.
you supposed to be more ready. This nigga got his shirt off with the do-rag on. And he that's the first thing he touched. Oh shit, did I really make it in? Yes, you made it in. What up, bruh?
I'm good, man. How you guys doing?
We great. How you,
Great.
bruh?
Listen, first and foremost, let me tell you, I spend a lot of hours every day watching your Lord Jamar. I mean, your Vlad TV interviews.
I appreciate it, man.
It's crazy. Like, I was just watching the one today about the Africans being tricked over into America and stuff like that. It's very, very intriguing stuff. But,
Right. Not so much stolen how they try to portray it.
Nah. I do have a question for you though. So, I do MC myself a little bit.
Okay.
If I did a Word is Bond remix, would you watch it? Would you listen to it?
I mean, yeah, hopefully it would be dope though. You see what I'm saying? Like,
No, I'm not one of these black MCs that look up to them and them, so you don't gotta worry about that.
yeah, but so you're saying to the Word is Bond beat. Yeah, I love that fucking joint. Like that's one of the beats that I'm proud to say I produced. Like, you know what I mean?
Oh, you made that? Wait a second.
Oh, yeah.
So
You don't know I'm a producer?
I didn't know
You better do your fucking Googles.
Oh, you better do your Googles.
You better do your Googles.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Okay. Off the top of my head, I'm trying to see, because I have a lot of questions about,
I gotta just take one right now because we want to try to give some other people a chance. You know, we got our special guest host Rah Digga right here, and you know.
how you doing?
How you doing?
Listen, I know who you are, because I do know my hip-hop history. It's just that I never really got too deep into your music, though. So as soon as I come off this,
It's okay, baby.
How old are you, young man?
I'm 21, man. I'm 21.
See, 21.
It's all good. Better
Right,
late
and
than
it's
never.
okay. It's okay that
I came up on tongues. I came up on the Zulu Nation thing. I came up on everything like that. Brand new.
right. Well. This is official hip hop right here. Like, you understand
I'm
what I'm
as
saying?
official
Like,
as they come, baby.
like, I strategically brought her up here because she's almost like the female counterpart of me. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, on some hip hop shit. She's that official. Like, I don't know. You know what I mean? Sway already got Heather B. You know what I mean? So it's like, you know, shit. Rah Digga's my girl right here. Let's go.
It's all good, baby. It's all about informing the next generation.
But when you do hear her, not to cut you off, but when you do hear her, you're gonna be like, oh shit. Like, she's a lot of people's favorite female MC.
do your Googles, kid.
Like, for a lot of people, she's their favorite female MC. Like, as far as an MC that could really spit, like, not just trying to use their sexuality to sell records. So definitely do your Googles on Rah Digga, and I suggest anybody out there that in the sight of my voice or whatever, to the sound of my voice, you fucking go do your Googles on Rah Digga right now. You heard?
Listen, and last thing I want to say, and I'll let somebody else jump in.
Where you hitting us from? Wait, where you hitting us from?
Toronto, bro. Toronto.
Toronto.
Toronto?
Okay, I hear a little accent there, a little something. A little Cardinal official. Uh-huh.
Oh, shouts out to Cardinal. I wonder what he's up to.
Yeah, I saw him not too long ago.
I
He's doing good.
got to join with Cardinal.
Last thing I wanted to say, though, I really love hip-hop culture. I love that you guys are trying to, maintain that, and I love that you speak your mind on Vlad TV, and I want you to keep doing that. And not to get scared or anything. Well, you're older than me, so you probably should tell me not to be scared to talk about hip-hop and stuff like that. But at the same time, I love what you're doing to maintain the culture. I love the culture myself. And, I just extend my pieces out to you.
That's what's up.
That's it.
I appreciate you, bro.
100%. All right. Peace.
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 All right. We're back. Peace to the God. Is that the Queen Rah Digga? Indeed
Yes,
it
sir.
is.
Mwah.
Indeed it is. Okay, who do we got in the field? I mean,
I want females.
yeah, where's the, we got Rah Digga up here. Where's the sisters at? J.R. Payne, what up? I see you. I am J.R. Payne. Everybody go follow that man right now. Newest member of the Death Squad in this bitch.
Shout out Death Squad.
Mm-hmm.
Arkansas in the house.
870 Arkansas.
Female hip hop heads. Ooh, is that a female hip hop head?
Well, they gotta hit me up in the thing,
Yeah,
though.
you gotta request live. I want to talk to the sisters.
I
What's
can't
going on,
join in
sisters?
after that request. Lord Jamar, much love from Queens. What up, what up?
Met me in Philly back in the day. I'm about to be in Philly, February 18th. Rampage and I, we about to rock at DJ Ghost's birthday party. That's on the 18th. I don't know the venue yet, but if you in Philly, that's my next gig.
Okay. Well, where the sisters at? You got no sisters?
Now we did just
My
say,
page is pretty dude heavy.
I was
but-
about to say we did just say earlier. I'm the dude female rapper.
Nah, you not.
No, I'm saying like I'm the female rapper that the dudes rap. No,
That
I've
dudes fuck with.
always had more male fans than female fans. I think that's like some of the other female rappers. That's how they were able to edge me because they were like, they like girly and appeal to all that girl shit. And I'm like, yo, who be writing rhymes all night? So I always understood that was gonna be my position, and I was fine with that. So fuck it.
Yo, P.
Peace was good.
Peace, what's going on, Lord Jamar?
How you doing?
Digga.
How you doing?
Doing well. I'm doing well. Is If Mega there?
Yeah, Infomec is here
Peace,
too.
Peace.
Where you hitting us from?
Chicago.
Chicago. What up?
Yeah, it's going down. Nah, this is crazy. Yeah, man, this is crazy.
You got.
I just want to say, that hip hop is, it's amazing what hip hop has done. The cultural diffusion of hip hop. It's just so interesting to me how it just from the Bronx of New York, it traveled to so many other regions of the country. I just thought it was amazing, and I just wanted to say that one time I was watching an interview with KRS-One. And he was saying how the role of the woman was very important to the culture of hip hop.
Mm-hmm.
He was saying if it wasn't for DJ Kool Herc's sister that he was serving the party for, none of us would have been here, So the role of the woman is very important to hip hop.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Made us want to come to the jams.
Yeah.
Made us want to impress them. And get on the mic and get on the turntables so that we could get them.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Then you have these amazing, skilled, talented female MCs like Rah Digga, MC Light, Queen Latifah, Lauren Hill, all these amazing MCs who, they prove themselves worthy that, hey, I can go toe to toe with you on the mic to any man, They
That's
prove
right.
themselves that, they're worthy of being in this culture,
That's what's up. How
That's right.
old are you?
I was thinking the
I'm
same thing.
16.
Wow.
I was thinking the same thing.
I wasn't thinking that young.
I was looking at this little baby like, what you know about Latifah?
I'm thinking this young, astute young man is about, I was going to say 19, 20. But
You're
wow,
not
you
16.
16. Okay. That's what's up.
You did your homework. That's what's up.
What's your cultural background, if you don't mind? I don't want to assume just by looking at you.
I'm Mexican. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
That's interesting.
I love my culture. It's funny because just recently I was listening to some Selena. So I love my culture.
Now it's coming
I
out.
Support my culture. I always rep my culture. But I like hip hop too. I love the hip hop culture. I respect it. I respect what you guys do. So yeah, I just love it. And I just want to say that I've also been watching you on DJ Vlad and I love this Yanadameen Godcast you've been doing. Just keeping up with all your stuff you've been doing.
That's what's up, man. I appreciate, man. I love when when what we doing touches the young ones like yourself. You know what I mean? Because it's all
Right.
about y'all. And if I could teach y'all the correct, You know what I mean? How shit really should go instead of how they trying to tell you it should be. And now y'all could go out and tell your friends. You know what I mean? God, that's what.
Of course.
That's how this shit is effective. You know what I mean? But yeah, I appreciate you hitting us up. Oh, you got a question?
Yeah, quick question.
Okay.
So of course, you know that hip hop has gone through a lot of, I wouldn't say phases, but a lot of, like waves, So you got like the South got its own sound. Over here in the Midwest, we got our own sound. The West Coast developed their sound in the early 90s. So my question is, how could you, let's say whether it's a hip hop, let's say if it's an MC, a hip hop group or whatever, how could you push the culture forward at the same time while not, being so far away from hip hop? Because today I feel like a lot of people get confused between these rappers in mainstream hip hop. They think that's real hip hop, but it's not really. A lot of these people are just doing it because, because it's they're in there for the money, but they don't really care about the roots and stuff. You know what I mean?
I mean,
so how could you push the culture forward, but at the same time stick to the roots of hip hop?
Well, by doing just that, like I feel like as long as you keep certain elements in there, then you can experiment with all kind of shit.
Right.
But it's like certain elements always kind of need to be there for it to be real hip hop.
Right.
One of those elements, like Rah Digga will stress, is bars. Like, you know what I mean? Like having real written bars, not these baby fucking ABC, and I got my ice and it's nice and we go over there twice. Like all that Simple Simon shit, like it's gotta be more than that. Then, I'd say another element that we can't get lost in hip hop is like scratching. Like, let's make sure we got some scratch. Don't have to be on every fucking record, but we need to make sure that scratching stays in this hip hop genre and is a part of these fucking records because, that's what made this shit dope from the beginning. Other than that,
I mean, well, and just to bounce off you, I think one of the most important things that has to happen if the culture is going to keep moving forward, artists, like new generation artists and fans alike, like you guys have to start listening to us more. It like things always turn into like a old head versus new artist war, and it's like, no, we're not trying to get back in the game. We don't want to collaborate with you. We don't want to make music with you. Like, we're good over here. If we reach out and, when we do make those collaborations organically, it makes sense. Or musically, they're cut from our cloth. We're not.
I want my artists to make music with you.
We're not. Yeah, like we're not.
Me.
Yeah, we're not doing it just to get back in the game. So young people have to like lose that mentality of, oh, you're not relevant. You're just trying to get hot. Like, no, we don't want to get back on. We want to pass it on. We want to go be grown and trust that, the new generation is going to take care of it. Like, we don't want to wake up as a female, I don't want to go to sleep and wake up and like Bad Baby is the queen of hip hop. Like, you know what I mean? So when we try to stipulate guidelines, we don't need the younger artists blah blah blah. Just shut up and listen. It's us against the machine. It's not us against y'all. So that's a big issue that I have with the new generation. If they can get past that, I think the culture will be fine.
And also look from what happened, the best shit that happened in hip hop in the past, and try to, add that to your arsenal. You see what I'm saying? Go see how some of these really genius albums were created and crafted and analyze that shit. Pick it apart, put it back together, and you know what I mean? And then add, but now you got this new shit that y'all doing, so add it to that. You see what I'm saying? Just gotta, at the end of the day, it just gotta be good music, man. Like, I just don't want to hear no whack shit. I don't give a fuck. That's all. Like, I don't care. You could be as experimentation. You know what I mean? If it's dope, we'll fuck with it. But yo, I appreciate you, man.
Of course.
Hit us up anytime, man. We're gonna let a couple other people get on here before we get out of here.
Word.
Alright.
Thank you for checking in, youngin.
Of course.
Stay tuned. Keep doing your Googles.
Of course.
That's-
Alright, peace,
Alright.
guys. Take care. God
Peace.
Peace. Oh, I see your sister.
Okay.
Lola Sophia.
Hey, to the ladies.
Lola Sophia. Lola Sophia.
Lola Bunnytail.
Yeah. What
Hi.
up?
What up, sus? Hi, baby.
Yo, I've been following y'all. 1977 was my birthday. I grew up off of Punch Jump Up to Get Beat Down.
All right.
Stereo, Wake Up Fool, and thank you for accepting my request to join the show. I was looking at your style and I was like, I got a beret like that, and I went to go look in the closet to get my beret, so I got
Yes, yo. The beret is everything. It's military shit.
I love what you're doing.
Thank you.
Everybody keeps calling, not everybody, but some people, they be like, oh, the Vlad TV, and your Vlad TV is cool, and I like your Vlad TV, but I'm glad you're doing this movement right now, because also, your videos and your interviews by yourself are just very influential, and oh my God, I'm so excited. But you need to do. I didn't get to make it to your thing that you had at. Oh my God, I'm like crying because I'm so excited. Right
Oh,
Oh.
come on.
You gonna make me cry.
My son also. I have him listening to a lot of hip hop. Well, he loves hip hop too. But the difference is with the kids. Like my son, we did a game one day, and he knew mad old school songs. Like we did like a trivia game, and he started doing MOP,
Wow.
Biggie Small, Tupac, and he's only 16, but he knows the songs because we played the songs, just like our parents played the songs.
Dope.
The difference with this age is some of these songs I don't know if we want to hear because some of the songs be turned. Don't get me wrong. Some of the songs like Uzi Vert or whatever, I need to stop moving around. Right there.
There you go.
Yeah, so Shy, come. He don't want to come over, but
It's all
we
good.
teach our younger generation. Like, I know they turn up to the music, and we also, as the elders, we need to listen to what they're listening to. And some of it do be turned up, all that lean and molly stuff. Like, we gotta let our kids know what time it is with that, and especially with the heroin epidemic and everything going on. Like, I tell my son, if anyone gives you any pills or anything, don't ever take a pill at school, especially in suburban towns or whatever.
Right.
So, again, I'm rambling. I'm gonna let y'all talk.
Where are you calling from? Where are you
I'm
at?
from Boston.
Ah, Boston. That's what's up.
To be exact.
Sorry about the Patriots. Sorry.
I was the NFL, so.
Whatever.
Sorry.
I boycotted the NFL this year. I did go
Good.
to my mother's house for the Patriots game because I wanted to eat food and stuff.
Hey,
Ain't nothing wrong with
I ain't
that.
mad at you.
Ain't nothing wrong
Me
with
too.
that.
I think, you know what would be so dope, and I think it's so sad that the female rappers, like, as far as Talk Pepper, you, Rah Digga, Remy Ma, like, Queen Latifah, like, I know y'all probably did, I don't know if you were there, but, like, they do sometimes for the awards with the Memorial Awards when they get all the girls together, but it would be so dope, like, you and Remy Ma on a track, yo, that would be fire.
We're about to do a whole concert together. There's a hold up. We're about to do a whole concert together. Let me shout this out too. March 17th at the Phillips Arena in Atlanta. Me, Remy, Trina, Eve, Light. Oh, it says Bob.
That's her video.
Okay.
I'm here.
Moni Love, Yo-Yo, Rage. All the girls are performing March 17th, Phillips Arena in Atlanta. So follow me on Instagram, Twitter, so y'all can see get the links. The Real Rah Digga on all the platforms.
Yeah.
And if you're in Atlanta, if you're in Atlanta at that time, who's ever in Atlanta, March 17th, for years, everybody like, oh, when the girls gonna get together, do this, do that. We all got a concert together, and the second one is gonna be at the Barclay in May. So everybody that's tuned in, the girls got some shit on one show, on one stage, and come out. This will determine how much people really give a shit about female rappers.
Okay.
Well, I think things are shifting, and I think like there was.
It is.
Females in the game where it's like everybody's like, okay, we need more music from the females, and we just want more. And I think it's gonna happen. There's a shift, and
oh yeah.
It's time for all the ladies, and I'm sure y'all know this movie to be, but we're like here, we're here, so there ain't no stopping us. Like we're only going up from here, and us as parents and just mothers, or
that's right,
sisters, aunties, we just gotta put our best foot forward, and especially when it comes to this hip hop, like we do this for fun. So this is something that we know how to do together. I don't got bars like that, but I try. But
okay.
Well, yo, we appreciate you hitting us up. Looks like your joint paused on us again.
Peace, sis.
Yo, we appreciate y'all.
Word.
Shit, I think we at the end.
Yeah.
Of another episode. Man.
Word.
I want to thank my guest and my co-host, Rah Digga,
man,
for coming through. This is fucking dope. Let's see how many fucking views and likes and comments and shit we get on this fucking episode. And yeah. We might just have a formula here. Yeah.
Hello, the people say.
So until next time, Yanadameen Godcast.
Yes, Digga.
Rah Digga, Lord Jamar. Peace.
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 Yo, check it out if you want your brand Nubian gear. Your Lord Jamar, Yanadameen gear on. Go to your www.hoodgee.com. That's right, www.hoodgee.com, and get your fly on. To get your fitteds. We got the official snapbacks, varsity jackets, hoodies, embroidered hats and scullies and motherfucking crew necks. We got multi-flavors, multi-colors, and you be looking real godly. Alright? Hoodgee.com. Brand Nubian gear. Peace gear. Peace to the gods and earths. Peace.
If Mega did this.
Still accepting these collab
That's
bags.
right. Hey, baby.
Okay,
PayPal, baby. We
selling,
PayPal
we
really
selling
people.
beats. Oh yeah. We got verses. We got beats. Okay.
Right.
First of all, I want to shout out my man If Mega. Okay, a lot of people like the beat that you hear on the. When he my man If Mega did that joint. Okay.
Right.
So you want you want to get some tracks and real chop up, boom bap type hip hop shit.
Dope.
Check out my man If Mega. Hit him up on his page, and we selling. We got all of this shit out here.
We got things.
We doing what we do.
We doing things.